Hey, it's Kevin. Welcome to another Road Warrior video blog. Celebrating my anniversary with my wife this weekend. Well, really, we celebrated on Saturday. And again, I know these things sit on the internet forever, so when I post this video, it will be the day after my 17th anniversary. When you watch it, that's a whole other thing, so it doesn't matter. But know that on November 1st of 2014, I celebrated my 17th anniversary with my wife, Susan. And it's funny, I remember going back to when we started dating. I was coming out of my marriage to my first wife. I was working in radio at one of those radio properties where they were real good and they were real focused and they demanded a lot of your time. Both my wife and I worked there, and that's how we met. We spent a lot of time together, not being forced together, but because it was a close-knit family, we spent a lot of time together and got, a chance to know each other and fell in love, and well, the rest is history. But it's funny how I remember back, and I'll never forget now, going on 20 some odd years to when we met. Well, I guess we met 22 years ago. Started dating, 19, 20 years? You start losing track of the dates, but I remember when we get married, so I guess I get bonus points for that. But I remember at the radio station when we finally told people we were dating, how so many people didn't think it would last. So many people didn't believe we were compatible, believed it was just a romance amongst friends. It was a romance because it was convenient. And every day I live with that knowledge. Every day I live with that, I don't want to say ha-ha on you, or more importantly, as CeeLo Green would say, F you, but there is a part of that to me. Because what's funny is when we work with people, yeah, sure, we're with them 8 hours a day. Sure, we spend a lot of time with those people, and we think we get to know them. But especially whether it was in radio or wherever it is, people really don't get to know the true you because they don't want to see the true you. I said it was always interesting. In radio, people always perceived I was one thing until they really got to know me and they realized I was something different. Partly that was my fault. I was very focused, very intense, very driven person. And that showed in the work I did. But outside of radio, there was, I don't want to say a whole other side to me, but there was a more complete, more well-rounded person. And a lot of people, well, not that they didn't know that person, they just chose not to know that person. My wife was one of those people. She's almost a chameleon. It's funny how people think they know her when they really don't have any idea about who she is. Some of her own family members at times are kind of surprised by her because they perceive her as one thing and she surprises them with other things. I think that's the interesting part about human nature, is we all tend to cast a certain shadow, but yet only so many people get to see the real you. Here we are 17 years in. Hey, we have our moments, don't get me wrong. And I've always said too, because we don't have children, the relationship can't focus on anything else but us. 24/7, 365 days a year, our relationship is about us. Not family, not kids, not anything else. And that both makes it easier and tougher. We both chose not to have children coming into it. We didn't want it, and we don't regret it 17 years in. It was the right decision for us, as we just celebrate the birth of our, what do we figure out it was? Our 8th, niece or nephew. I can't keep track. How many? We have, 2 nieces and 6 nephews? Is that how it works? 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. 6 and 2. So being an uncle and an aunt is different than being a parent. But we've had that just happen, so it's been a busy weekend. But I always got to make time to say thank you. And I love you to my wife, because I hope you feel what I feel. I hope you feel for your spouse what I feel for mine. I don't care if it's your spouse, I don't care if it's whoever you love, that you're blessed to have them in your life, that they're your best friend, that you couldn't imagine doing this, and I don't mean this, I mean the world without them. It's kind of cool. 17 years. Damn, I feel old. See you next week in the Road Warrior video blog. KevinMason.us, Kevin Mason Music, the user on YouTube, wherever you want to find it, share it, spend some time. Thanks.